Alrighty, so 5G, we've all heard lots about it, but what's it going to be like in real practical layman's terms that we can all understand? Okay, so we know that 4G's already skyrocketed autoimmune disease and just triggers all sorts of stuff. So if you've ever been in an MRI machine, had an MRI scan in a ultrasound machine, and they tell you to be still and quiet the mind and meditate. It's bloody difficult. I don't know anyone who'd be able to do that because it's designed to shake up the nervous system and to get in depth into the bones to see what's there. And that frequency is much, much lower than what we're going to be dealing with permanently. So 4G is now at like 6 gigahertz. 5G is going to be transmitted at 30 to 300 depending on the environment you're in. Yeah, 5 to 50 times stronger. And if you haven't been in an ultrasound machine, go up to like the Chinese gardens or one of the Buddhist temples and find the biggest bell you can find and gong it while you're standing underneath it. Try and find stillness then. And it's virtually impossible. So if you haven't been able to achieve stillness, when you're in meditation in the beach or in nature and you're at the sunshine, you're feeling really great, especially if you've done a colonic tip, then how are we going to be able to find stillness in the middle of the city with all these vibrational frequencies that we can't see going on? It's simply going to be impossible. And so back to the ultrasound machine is designed as magnetic resonance to go through the body. Resonance frequency, 5G, getting the link? Yeah. So it's going to be supercharging every single heavy metal, every single vaccine with heavy metals in there, every single toxin, every single environment in the rainforest in the gut that outnumbers the genes 150 to 1. And I can tell you, after 5 years of totally next level detoxing and cleansing and nutrition strategies, I've removed 240 meters of mucus, about 70 golf balls size, I guess 70 tennis ball size of mucus, liquid mucus. What is it, about 20 size excess bile, which people call cholesterol, and a whole bunch more other, like 10 kilos of gunk. So this is how I'm going to put it in fairy tale terms so people who are stuck in the stories can understand. That's everyone who hasn't reached the higher centers. So if you're a Vata person and you're skinny and weak, you have a house of straw or a house of sticks. And when 5G comes along and huffs and puffs, gone. Quick and easy. Because the nervous system is already super sharp, but incredibly toxic and weak from heavy metals and no muscle. And with a very attuned transmission tower antenna, but without a strong foundation and strong body, including muscle tone, then you'll be able to pick up on the frequencies even better than most. This is not going to help you, especially with those thought patterns that are buzzing around. So if we come along to, what is the next one? The house of straw, then the house of sticks. Well, the house of wood, timber. I've obviously forgotten my 3-bed wolf story. So if you're, say, a Pitta body type, or you're a Vata and you've done some work on yourself, you have a decent exercise and you eat well. You think you eat well. Because until you've studied it, you don't know. Simple. It's going to huff and puff and you'll be okay for a little while, but it's going to blow your house down with, say, 2 or 3 puffs. So you won't live as long. You won't be able to control yourself. So, and then if we come along to the big bad wolf in 5G comes along to the next house of bricks. So your Kapha body type, you're strong, you're solid, you've got a foundation. So you think the software and all that mucus and the parasites and all the heavy metals, because the thyroid is not connected to the rest of the body, is going to automatically be immune system going nuts. So you might think you're great, and it's going to go poof, gone. And then when the big bad wolf comes along to the house of stone. The house of stone is anyone who's done the detox work, gone and see someone or studied nutrition and cleansed their body and has muscle tone that's defined. Because what I've now realized that unless that muscle tone is defined, then you don't own it, because that muscle has fiber through it. And then if that's got to be connected to the body, to the brain, then how can you own it if the frequencies are buzzing around controlling your thoughts? And how do you know? If you own your own thoughts, you've achieved stillness and opened the third eye. There's very few of those on the planet, so if you think you have, you probably haven't. Absolute zero thoughts. How many thoughts did you have? See? Even when I say zero thoughts, I just went off into nothingness. It's amazing. It's beautiful. That's the bliss that is available with no thoughts, because every virus, every parasite, fungus, microbiology, every little imbalance, of which there are tens of thousands, has a thought or an emotion or a stored story from the past. So how can one have stillness of the mind and zero thoughts with all these things in their body that are causing them to have thoughts? Simply impossible. So I highly recommend getting some iodine into you, but have a colonic with some iodine in it. Watch how good that goes. Yeah. So 5G magnetic frequency, magnetic resonance with a big big bell over your head. How are you going to know yourself? Know thyself. And when this is a question I still haven't had an answer. There's only one answer. How would a zombie know itself, period, let alone if it's 120% overstimulated compared to 150% overstimulated? It'd just be a bigger frequency controlled thought, mind controlled zombie. Jeez, I'm so glad I got out of that stage. Oh, if you want a hand with it, let me know.